Hello, good people. Welcome to my channel. My name is SHIYELIA in Korea. I'm here with another exciting podcast. Yes, I'm here with another podcast because of some busy schedule. My face is tired, so you are going to hear my podcast today. So today I'm gonna talk about what I miss about Zimbabwe, and you know what triggered this kind of topic is something that I went through over some days, like my real Black in Korea experience triggered this kind of topic. Yeah, if you're Zimbabwean, kusina mai hakuyendwe, you don't go where your mother is not there in English when translated. So I'm gonna say welcome, good people. I see Sister Elizabeth Motepe. Make a shout out to you, sister. And season's greetings to you all. I know we are in the festive season now. There are lots of Christmas trees all over. And hello, Sister Ashley Tsikwa. How are you in China? How is the lockdown? Like here in Korea, we don't hear any lockdown, but they are just like slightly talking about the fourth booster shot. So I don't know. I'm yet to get my booster shot too. Hello, cool gamer. Thank you so much. It's been a while. I feel like it has been a while. Thank you so much, Her Majesty Tamara. I see you playing the ad. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you. So, good people, what triggered this topic? What I miss about Zimbabwe is the real Black in Korea experience that I experienced over the past few days. I can say precisely. I'll go into details because that thing killed my vibe, like of being Black in Korea. So yeah, I see the comments. So let me tell you about this situation. I will not talk about people's names or places, but I'll just simply explain the scenario of things, like how would you react. Like, really, me, I really miss the culture of home, where if you are a visitor in our country, or if you are a visitor in Zimbabwe, we welcome you with open hands. There's no time I know we can gossip in your face, but there's no way we gonna just be like on it like 1 hour talking bad about your country in your face. So those are the kind of vibes that I got, which triggered me to talk about this. Uh, what I miss about Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe, there's somehow like Ubuntu kind of thing, of like feeling for each other. Yes, you know, my country is not the best country to be, especially for a foreigner to go. Let's say for a Korean to go to Zimbabwe, I know they will be shocked in several thousand ways because of the way we do things as Zimbabweans. So yeah, that's all I can say so far in the introduction. So what I miss mostly about home is the Ubuntu kind of way of living, where your neighbors know about you. Like now, it has been 10 years in Korea. I've been living at this apartment more than 5 years, but I don't know anyone. I only know the landlord. I only know the landlord. So you can imagine what I go through here. I used to have a friend from another country who used to stay upstairs, and she moved out. She was the only person I knew. I know people change apartments every now and then, but you know, the Ubuntu culture is not there at all. So it really makes me miss Zimbabwe so much. Like, I miss home. Like this kind of thing of small apartments and no place to even dry your clothes outside make me miss Zimbabwe like crazy. Like every time I wash my clothes, I have to use the dryers and pay. Every time I want to wash blankets and whatsoever, I have to use the dryers. You know, I just miss Zimbabwe for the smaller things like drying my clothes outside. You know, that kind of thing. So let me read the comments, and then I will do my kind of rant. I will get deeper into the stories of what really happened to trigger me to talk about what I miss about Zimbabwe. Lockdown humbled me this time. I know the feeling. That side is just too much. I can see they always say lockdown, lockdown. In Korea, is better. They only try to say they focus mainly on sanitizing and boosting. Yes, that's what they always talk about. Thank you so much, Cool Gamer. Where is the lockdown? Here in South Africa, we are free. Yeah, lucky you. Here in Korea, since COVID was announced, I don't know the last time I've never gone out without a mask. That's the other thing. It makes me miss Zimbabwe so much. We have been wearing masks day in, day out. Like, I feel like very awkward to go outside without a mask. Sometimes if you see on my videos and I don't have a mask and I'm outside, it will be just for that moment only. Due to COVID and dust, there's so much dust in Korea, like the real dust, which can cause respiratory diseases. There's so much pollution, like in Korea, and that kind of pollution actually makes me homesick. Sometimes the skies are always gray. You try to take a picture, the skies are gray, and you never see a blue sky in Seoul. If you saw blue skies in my video, I think that's when I went out of Seoul, when I was in Busan and Pohang. In Seoul, we never see blue skies, so it really makes me feel like, where am I? I feel like I'm trapped. I love Korea, but there are some things I'm just like, I miss home. I just miss home because in Zimbabwe, the skies are just blue. So yeah, a lockdown in China. In Korea they don't really do lockdown, but they may just, if there's a COVID case, whoever was affected should test for many times, and then if it's negative, they can go to work. If it's positive, they stay at home until they recover and go back to work. And yeah, it's been like that. We never had a real lockdown, like to say don't go to work. We have been working since, I don't even know my neighbors as well. For the past 2 years I've been in this apartment. Can you imagine? And I was like, someday maybe I will see someone stranded or they are having some problem and I'll just jump over them, only later to realize it's my neighbor. I think that would be like that kind of scenario because I don't see people's faces. The moment I open my door, if someone was opening their door, they quickly close it and let me go wherever I'm going, and then they'll open their door and come out. If I come from the main door and someone is also entering, there's some kind of like rushing and trying to avoid each other so that we don't see where is this person going and where is this person going. There's no Ubuntu, even a hi or whatsoever. So this place really makes me miss Zimbabwe so much. Like, I just miss home. I just miss home. Thank you so much, Cool Gamer. Thank you. You're the best. I'm sorry, Her Majesty. I had it back. So sorry. Yes. Thank you, Elizabeth. We are always in and out of lockdown. Yes, I've noticed people in China are always in and out of lockdown. And then the other thing, back to my story, what I miss about Zimbabwe, I just miss home because in Zimbabwe we keep secrets among ourselves. We keep secrets among ourselves as colleagues or even as family, as whoever. We keep secrets. There's some things we just don't talk about. Let's say our salaries or I mean, like our well-being and even how we earn money, or are we rich or are we poor? We don't really specifically talk about that. But I find it so awkward here in Korea that people focus on knowing you because you are rich or you are poor. They actually try to know your salary. They try to know if do you have a car in Zimbabwe or do you have a house? What kind of suburb do you live? That kind of thing. Like, I'm like, hey. So on issue of secrets, Koreans do not have secrets at all. Like now, I don't know if I go home, if ever I will be able to tell people my things, because I'm no longer that person who opens up to people about things that I go through because of that. Like Koreans spread your stories as they are, If you said I have a Bentley, they will tell the person that she has a Bentley, and they can even tell the person the amount that you bought that Bentley. I mean, like, they are so into detail when it comes to telling people your things, which makes me somehow stay in culture shock, because I don't understand it. Why do you spread my things? If I tell you something, it's a secret, it's my story. Don't tell someone, keep it to yourself. They don't understand that, Korean people. So I'm like, I don't get it. Even now, 10 years, 11 years, I don't get it. If you tell someone your things, just a simple thing, like maybe saying, I'm going to Zimbabwe in December, tomorrow, they, in your face, they tell your story to someone, and you'll be like, do I know that person you are telling my story, or did I tell you to tell the person about whatever is going to happen? Like, I'm like, I don't get it, the way they try to always spread someone's stories, or transferring information in a way that whatever I told them, it will spread. You end up going to another city, as long that person knows the people that you talk to in that city, they will be telling you, we heard that, and like, who told you? Did I even give them permission to tell you? Like that kind of thing. So that's my kind of situation in the community that I am. There are some people around me who don't know how to mind their own business. Simple thing, just tell them a simple item. They'll stand up and tell the whole community in your face, and I'll be like looking at them in 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 shock, like, did I even tell you or ask you to announce my things? Like, seriously? Yeah, really makes me miss home. And I don't know if I would go to Zimbabwe. Will I be able to communicate with other people so well? Because over the past 10 years, I've mastered hiding out my things, or not sharing my feelings. Like, there's some things you want to open up, like, oh, I'm heartbroken because of this, I am this because of this. I can't open up like that, because if I just open up that I don't like this person because of this, that person will be told A, B, C, D, she doesn't like you because of this. And I'm like, did I ask you to tell the person? So I don't know, if I would go to Zimbabwe, I need more strength to know how to relate with other people. True, we are so welcoming. Zimbabweans are so welcome. We are so welcome. Even here, we can't hang clothes outside. Yes, there are those small things that we can't do. Actually, this video I was inspired by you, Ashley. You inspired me when you did your video. You said, what I don't miss about Zimbabwe. And I was like, I wanted to do what I don't miss about Zimbabwe, but because of the real black in Korea experience that I went through past weeks, I was like, no, I miss my country. I miss my country. I actually miss every part of Zimbabwe, in the sense of, from, even if we have what are those called, load shedding, even if we have power cuts, even if our water is not running, even if our garbage is not collected, we just have that Ubuntu in us that keeps us as a community taking care of each other around us, as siblings, as neighbors. Here in Korea, I don't see that. In Korea, you can even faint and people may even cross you and go about their business. They don't care. It's to that extent, like, the way people don't really care about even knowing, like, are you. I know sometimes they ask us those funny questions, like, Where are you from? Randomly, the old people usually ask, maybe because of curiosity. But for the people I live within the same building, they don't even care. Even if you drop something, they actually jump it instead of telling you that you dropped something. They jump it and just keep on minding their business. And I'm like, wow, wow. If you drop something and someone sees it and they don't have the courage to tell you, you will find it where you dropped it. You will find it where you dropped it. No one will take it. That's the good thing about Korea. But the communication of Ubuntu thing, I don't see it at all. When are you going to Zim, Sister SHIYELIA? Anytime. God willing, anytime soon. I wanted to go for Christmas, but we are busy at work, so we'll see as the 2023 roll in and out. I'll see. Anytime soon I may go home, but it's not yet certain. But definitely I will not spend another year in Korea. That one I know. Yes. Yeah, she's laughing. I totally understand. Yeah, there's no Ubuntu here. There is no Ubuntu. Here they might take pictures and videos of instead of helping. I know. They may take pictures and videos instead of helping. This kind of society that we have, some people may not even notice because they are all glued up on their phones. They are all glued up on their stuff. So they won't even notice if you have an accident and you need help or whatsoever. They'll just look at you and pass and don't even ask, are you okay? So I've realized that in Korea, the older people, I may find them a little bit annoying and so into other people's business, but they are actually they actually have some kind of Ubuntu in them. Like they know how to relate with other people. When I talk of Ubuntu, for those people who don't understand Shona or Debele, it's almost like having that what can I say, relating to each other as people. So that's what I refer to Ubuntu. So those older people, they know how to relate with other people, though they do it with an extra dose of wanting to even touch you, feel your hand, feel your skin, feel your hair. So those things make me miss home. But yes, so the older people, definitely they have some kind of part of them which cares, but they somehow overdo it. I guess maybe because they of lack of proper communication skill. That's what I think. And even because of the culture shock of saying, oh, black person, so they may not express themselves the way they want to express to you. I don't know how many times I was offered a seat by older people. You know, there are seats for older people when you go in subway in Korea or bus. Sometimes the older people actually say to me, sit down. And then I say it's for old people. They'll say it's okay. They know there's no one old, that kind of, gesture. I've sat with older people on their seat many times. They just say, come and sit here. The older people really have that heart of making you feel welcome. But there's that generation from 50, 60 years backwards. The 70s, they are okay. Some of them are very welcoming, but look at the 50 and going backwards to the teenagers. Yo. Too much drama. They may even ignore you or just stare at you, and that kind of thing. So yeah, I really miss home. So yeah, I've mentioned that this community shocked me. They took their good time talking bad things about Zimbabwe in my face. And the person who was talking didn't know that I understand what he was talking about. And I was like, so if that's your Zimbabwean experience, why are you telling it to the whole community of Koreans? So that's So this is what you do as Koreans. That was my conclusion. You go to our countries, you experience the worst things, and you sit down as a community to share your bad experience, even in my face as a Zimbabwean. And you are aware that in this community there is a Zimbabwean. I couldn't process it. Even now, I'm like, this kind of community, I don't think I'll ever go there again, because I feel like it's somehow toxic. I go there to be motivated and be inspired to see people who even go and invest in Zimbabwe. But if that same community would sit down to discuss like the negative things of Zimbabwe, the negative lifestyle of Zimbabwean people, I'm like, yes, we know there's culture shock, but really, this is not also a best place to be. In Korea, there are many cases of stalkers. In Zimbabwe, it's rare to hear of stalking stories. If someone likes you or loves you, they will tell you, sister, I like you. They will tell you in your face, and you just know this brother likes me. But in Korea, you can spend a lifetime someone stalking you, years and years, someone stalking you, and some of them, in quotes, some of the stalkers end up hurting people because of their behavior. So I'm like, every country has its own problems. We have our own upbringing as a community. Koreans have their bad side, Zimbabweans have their bad side. But if you are talking about other people's bad side, don't talk as if you are like holy, like holier than thou kind of people. So that community really, even now when I'm trying to process that kind of 1 hour session that we had with that community who were talking down about Zimbabwe, yeah, drugs, thieves, yeah. And I'm like, I'm a Zimbabwean in this community. Why are you talking about thieves? And these people, if ever they've misplaced something or lost something, they will be just thinking I'm the one who took it. I know them with their shallow minds. Yeah, I just like feel like this is kind of a rant, because it's something that I wanted to internalize and just ignore, but I couldn't process it. I process it. I don't know about you. If you would process it well, we know the bad things which happen in the countries we are. But when we try to share them, we are not saying in a way to cut down whoever is going to listen. We are sharing in form of educating. So for them, this community, they were sharing in a sense of cutting down on us Zimbabweans. It was a Korean community that I was in. So I was angry. Even now, I'm still angry. I don't think I'll ever go to that community. If I would go, I may go for a short time, but just to hear about, they were looking like that kind of thing, drug raids, talking about thieves, talking about dishonesty, talking about yeah, you brought another topic. Let me read the comments. You are tired of Korea somehow, to some extent, because of the things that I go through. Somehow, I feel like this way. I have to just air it out and feel much better. I've discussed with some people closer to me about this kind of incident, and they were trying to comfort me, and they were even also pissed off with that kind of story that I'm trying to tell to you. The old ones are so much, true, the old are so much better. They care shame. Yes, I know. They want to genuinely help. I know the feeling. I know I've even received many gifts from older people, and even some kind of help. Older people always are ready to help. Which community was talking down on us? Sister, I think you came late, but somehow let me explain about this community. I'm not going to say names because it may end up like I'm now, after them. There's some kind of community of people who went to have their Zimbabwean experience in Zimbabwe. So they there was some kind of meeting where they were discussing about their experience in Zimbabwe. It happened that I attended that event, and the person who was talking thought maybe I don't understand Korean at all, or I don't know if he didn't see that there's another black person in this community, because I think I was the fourth. Yeah, I was the fourth black person in this community. The other three people didn't understand Korean at all. So this person, I think, had an assumption that all the black people in this community, they don't know Korean. Me, I know Korean, 11 years in Korea. So I sat there listening. The person is getting deep and deep and deep and deep. I almost walked out, and I'm like, I almost walked out, because my question was almost like, you are going for an hour talking down on my country. Why did you go there in the first place? I mean, like, who sent you there? And this kind of person is the same person who's like talking, and tomorrow is going back on the flight and going back to Zimbabwe. So I'm like, what kind of double standard kind of person are you? If you don't like Zimbabwe and you think we are the bad people to work with, we are dishonest, as they mention, it's difficult to trust people, whatsoever. I'm angry. Really, I was angry even now when I'm thinking of those things they were talking about. I was like, I can't process this. If you went to Zimbabwe for your kind of mission to do something, maybe to assist Zimbabwean, or to make the community live a better life, why do you come back and cry foul play, talking down on the same people you said you are going to help? I don't get it. Even now I'm like angry somehow. So sometimes I'm not racist, but somehow I may sound like one with the statement I'm going to say. Like, I somehow think our system is good at some extent, where they make it so hard for foreigners to settle in our countries. The same way they make it difficult for foreigners to settle also in other countries. I feel like that's a good move, because how can someone go with a mission of saying, I'm going to do this, and then they come and talk down on your country in your face? I can't process that. Even now, I need time to cool down, really. One lady asked me why we Zimbabweans are cutting our toes for man. The gossip travels faster. It travels faster. And the things which doesn't have any truth in them, they're the ones which stay longer on the community. Yes, I'm forgetting. They were laughing about our inflation. They wanted to buy egg. To buy egg, you go with a wheelbarrow of money. And I'm like, I was in Zimbabwe when that inflation happened. No one went to buy egg with a wheelbarrow of money. It was just an over exaggerated kind of scenario, and they kept laughing and jeering and whatsoever kind of comments they were making. And I'm like, if ever I'll get into position, people have to be educated. If foreigners come into your country to do some things of whatsoever they want to do, don't lose your what can I say? As a country, keep focusing on your what can I say? The words are just escaping my mind, because as a community, let's not lose focus on things that we know they may end up harming even our community, even though we think if we invest in this, our community will gain. We have seen many videos of foreigners in our countries abusing our people in their workplaces, fighting them, beating them, that kind of scenario. Yes, we know they are investors, but they are investors who are causing problems too. So that's what I want to explain, in terms of, we may think as a community we are going to gain, but whoever is coming with that gain, they have their motive. Some of them, they are wolves in sheep clothing. Yes, that kind of thing is what I saw in that community that I was in. And let me zip my mouth for now. I'm just like, yeah, I got enough of whatever they talk down about our country. Yes, it will borrow, my sister will borrow. And you know them Koreans. And when the person mentioned about thieves, they all start, some of them were looking at me with that eye of like, I'm not the thief. His stuff was stolen in Zimbabwe. I was not in Zimbabwe, that kind of thing. And I'm like thinking, even now, if ever by the time I knew that community, if any one of them lost something or couldn't find something, they just will conclude that she's the one who took it. I know them. They have shallow minds, very shallow minds. So all these things make me miss my beautiful Zimbabwe. I don't care about the power cuts. Oh, our internet. They say the internet very slow. They were even giving an example of how slow the internet is. Yes, it's slow, but we know we will also develop and get better. Really, that kind of thing. I'm really pissed off. And this community, I hope they will never look for me or try to say, why are you not coming to this community? Because I'll tell them I'm not happy. I am not happy with what they were discussing. I'm not happy even now. I'm not happy. They have to know it. You can't just come down 1 hour talking about bad, about the things of the same country you said you are going to assist in some way. What kind of a review is that? I mean, like, I couldn't find any reason to understand. So why are they in Zimbabwe? If ever one of them asked me anything, I would definitely ask them these questions. So that person who is based in Zimbabwe, what are they really doing there? Because from my understanding, they are not assisting Zimbabweans in any way, as they explain that they are assisting Zimbabweans in some way. I'm like, I'm ready to ask them because I don't get it. Like, what kind of community is that? Anyway, this was just for culture exchange purpose, to let you know that it's not easy. If you know Korean, it's not easy to enjoy life because some things that they say they don't munoziva in kana mazimbabweans auteerera havana sefa mamashoko avo. They were just like, zvezvokubaya kuti jo 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 ndozvavaiita pavaitaura. So as of me, like, they were really into details of the things that really killed my vibe up to now. So good people, I know you will watch back or you're watching. Thank you so much for watching. I can't go any further. My live streams are only 30 minutes. I don't know what I was talking about, but whatever I experienced the past week made me make this video of what I miss about Zimbabwe. I miss Zimbabwe, my beautiful country. And see you in my next video, good people. Let me do a major shout out, a quick one. Major shout out to Sister Elizabeth Motepe, Ashley Tsikwa, Cool Gamer, Majesty Tamara, Ashley Tsikwa, Sister Elizabeth, I said again, I think. And there's someone again. And my lovely Sister Kaylin Mary. Yes. Thank you so much, sister. The funny part is Zimbabweans are very kind and accommodating. Yes. We know, yes, we have those ones who do the bad things in our society, those who steal, those who do what. But above all, we are very kind and accommodating. And for now, good people, thank you so much for watching my video. I don't want it to get too long. See you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll write timestamps and I will do another part 2 of a video because I know this story I didn't cover it well. I'll listen back and see where I left. Ciao, good people. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. Ciao.